Typically I use an iPhone, and I just recently switched to this Android phone, a Google Pixel 7. And I've been using it for about a week. Here's everything I learned. Let's talk about it. So first off, this is not my first experience with Android. I have had Android tablets in the past, so it wasn't totally foreign to me. I originally decided to switch over to Android when the Google Pixel 7a came out. I'd been eyeing the Google Pixel line, and this just seemed like the right time. The Google Pixel 7 just seemed like such a better deal after the 7a came out. They're all still a great deal, but the mid-range phone seemed perfect for me. Okay, so when you're looking at a new phone, there's 4 categories that you want to look at, and I'm going to go over all of them today. First off, camera system, and this is where the Google Pixel really shines. While the camera in the Pixel is nothing to scoff at, they do solve a lot of problems with software. So it's already a good camera, but there's software on top of it to make your photos look even better. Although there is the complaint sometimes that Pixel photos look over sharpened. So here, I'm just gonna take a photo with both my iPhone and my Pixel. Let's check it out. The iPhone photo looks fine on its own, but then you compare it to the Pixel photo and you notice something right off the bat. The iPhone photo is super overexposed, like specifically if you look at my light, not to mention it's a lot warmer, which makes sense. Studies have shown that warmer photos look nicer to the eye, but on this channel, and especially just in terms of realism, a bluer photo is gonna look better. So as you can see, the photos are just phenomenally better on the Pixel. It is worth noting that this is an iPhone 12, not the newest iPhone though. Okay, so you've got the main camera we just looked at, but it's also got an ultra wide on the front that works great, as well as a front-facing camera that's just as good as on any iPhone. Okay, camera system, thumbs up for me, definitely an improvement. So this specific model, the Pixel 7, has a 6.3-inch screen. It's 1080p, but of course it's a little bit taller, so you can watch that wider form content. And it's also an OLED screen that operates at 90 Hz. So it is bigger than my iPhone, which is great. My buddy in math class has this phone, but it's the mini version, and it's super small in his hand. He has a small hand, but it's still super small. I just have such huge hands that the regular iPhone 12 feels like the mini in my hand. So having a bigger phone is perfect for me because this just feels normal sized, although it would feel big in most people's hands. Despite the fact that it's bigger, it's roughly the same pixel density and it is the same type of screen as my iPhone. And then of course the 90 Hz refresh rate doesn't hurt. Overall, the screen, phenomenal upgrade. The third category that I like to look at is battery life. My screen time on weekdays on my iPhone was roughly 7 hours, because let's be honest, nobody's getting anything done in high school. Bueller. So I need a phone that can last me the full day. This iPhone 12 wasn't giving me a whole lot of problems until recently, and if you look in settings, my battery health is pretty low. At 87% capacity, my battery in my iPhone 12 holds a fraction of what it used to. By the way, if you want to see a full video on how batteries work and how they retain charge and why they degrade over time, I made a whole video about this. It's right there, you can check it out. Basically what I explained in that video is batteries degrade over time. I've noticed phenomenal battery life from the Pixel 7 over the week that I've used it. Right now it's 4:41 p.m. and I haven't charged this since around 9 o'clock last night is when I took it off, and it's at 30%. So that's pretty impressive. So battery life isn't phenomenal, but it's definitely good. Like there's something called Extreme Battery Saver, and that just turns off all your apps. It's perfect. And the final category that I like to look at is software. And oh man, is this so much better. Like one of the first things I did when I got this phone after putting my SIM card in is I downloaded the Garmin Connect app, and it just looks so much better. Everything looks better on Android. You can go into developer mode in the settings and make it so that all your apps open faster. Sometimes I'll just sit in class and open up apps to see how fast they open. It's pretty awesome. I haven't really played with all the customization features yet, but I have been using a lot of widgets, and the widgets look pretty nice on my home screen. I haven't fully filled it out with all my apps yet. There's a lot of cool software things that my new Pixel does, like the Unblur or Magic Eraser in the camera app. You've probably seen ads for them. This Pixel literally is the smartest phone. It's pretty awesome. Another thing that it does, if you ask it to, is it ambiently listens to your surroundings, and it'll pick up songs and recognize them and then store them. So if you have that song stuck in your head, you can just go into the app or access it from the home screen and it'll tell you. Like for instance, if we look here, you can see at 7:04 a.m. this morning, my mom was blasting Antihero by Taylor Swift. And at 7:33 for the announcements, my principal played Upside Down. And then on Monday, I was rewatching Pitch Perfect, so the whole soundtrack is right there. I'm getting sidetracked. Point being, there's a lot of cool software features on this phone, and it feels like I discover a new one every day. So overall, would I suggest switching to Android, and am I gonna stick to Android? Yes and yes. If you don't have any Apple devices like an Apple Watch or AirPods, then I would definitely suggest switching to an Android. I think the stigma of SMS is going to be overcome. Apple has to switch to RCS someday, and then it won't even matter what phone you have in your group chat. I was lucky enough to have a Garmin watch and some Sony earbuds, so making the switch to Android was super easy for me.
Mr. Hammond, I think we're
switching to Android. So for now, I'm sticking with my Google Pixel. Party on, dudes.